we're going to be reading some scary stories. Our first scary story is called No Head. One day, when a certain man was plowing his field, he looked up and saw a man without a head. The man without a head was walking towards him to greet the plowing man. He was too scared to speak, so he just looked down and went about his plowing. When he dared to look back, old No Head had disappeared. Next time, I won't be scared, the man thought. The next day, when the man was plowing, he looked up again and saw No Head walking to meet him. He was scareder than ever. He couldn't say a word. He just went on plowing. After a while, he looked back and saw old No Head had vanished. Next time, I won't be scared, he thought. The next day it happened again. The man was plowing in the field, and he looked up and saw the headless man walking to meet him. He was just as scared as ever, but he screwed up his courage and said, "Hello, Mr. No Head. What do you want?" "Lucky thing you spoke at last," said old No Head. "Or I would have knocked your head off too this time." Of course, everyone knows that ghosts can't speak until they are spoken to. "Go dig under that tree," said No Head. "There's money there. And give it to Boss Half." So the man started to dig under the tree. Soon, the shovel hit silver money, and he knew old No Head was right. Just when the boss came driving past the field in his wagon, "Hey boss, come dig," the man yelled. And he told the boss about old No Head and what he had said. "Nonsense," said the boss. And started to drive on. But the horses wouldn't budge. "Giddy up," said the boss. But the horses stomped and reared and stayed right into place. "That's funny," said the boss. Of course, everyone knows that horses won't go ahead if there's a ghost in the road. So he got down from the wagon and started to help the man dig. They found a big bag of money. The bag was rotted away, and those two shovels made a lovely chunk in the side of the coins. After that, the two men were both rich. The legs. Once, there was a poor young boy who was an orphan and had no place to live. There are plenty of rich people in the town, but nobody said, "Come and live with us." So, he used to sleep out under the trees or in barns with the warm cows and horses. But one day, an old man told the boy that he could have his big house on the hill if he would stay in it overnight. "All right," said the boy. "It's haunted," said the old man. "All right," said the boy. So, he went up the hill to the house. He opened the door and went in. Everything looked all right. There was even a big warm fireplace, which already had a fire burning underneath. So, he just went in and sat by the fire, beginning to cook his food for supper. Just as he was sitting down, though, on the stool by the fire, he heard a rattling in the chimney. A voice cried out, "I'm gonna drop it." "All right," said the boy, "but not my soup." And he hitched over a little to see what was in the chimney. Apologies. And a great, big, ugly, hairy leg fell down from the chimney. The boy shoved it to one side with his foot so it wouldn't get scorched by the fire. It was good soup he was eating. He certainly did enjoy it. It was just starting on the second bowl when the boy said, "I'm gonna drop it." "All right," said the boy, "but not in my soup." And he gave the stool another hitch to get out of the way. Down came another great, ugly, hairy bear leg. It would have been uglier than the first one, except it was just like it. The boy shoved it over alongside with the other one. "Have some soup?" he said. But the two legs just lay there. Then, as soon as the boy finished his soup and washed the bowl, those two legs jumped up and grabbed him and dragged him under the house. He was just beginning to get scared when they began to point at a big, flat stone. So, the boy went over to the stone and turned it over. And underneath, there was a big chest full of money. After that, he lived in the house and was richer than anybody else.